Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For the cheapest coins anywhere, check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZIRK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
For those of you guys that don't know, Team of the Week actually comes out on Wednesdays this year, not Tuesdays like previous years, and it's already been confirmed by the content schedule that we do have Team of the Week for the preseason. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Game Over for being a part of the Totw gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn notification bell on, and comment down below, Totw gang. Also, there are only 2 more days to sign up on Underdog Fantasy using code ZIRK, which will match first deposit up to $100, and to get the Patrick Mahomes 0.5 total yard special. Follow me over on Twitter for my picks. I believe I will be actually posting up my Thursday Night Football picks and my Patrick Mahomes special later this afternoon. Follow me over there. And also check out the $1,000 in Underdog Fantasy Funds giveaway. You guys can find that down below in the comment section, choosing those winners Sunday morning. Now, as you guys can see, I'm actually back on Madden 23 just to showcase this for you guys, but I will let you know, this is all we know, right? We don't know necessarily anything about how Madden 24 is going to do the Team of the Week promo. The only thing I can base my predictions off of for the preseason Team of the Week are pretty much how we got stuff last year. So that's what I'm doing. But as you guys can see, preseason Team of the Week, I will let you know, was different than literally every single week of Team of the Week. So with preseason Team of the Week, we got an offensive hero, which we had Kamonte Turpin right here. We had a defensive hero, which was Ty McGill. And then we also had an LTD, which is Samuel Womack. And then you guys can see we had a couple of 87s right here as well. And that was Team of the Week for preseason. We also had some 83s. Now, I will let you know, though, every other week of Team of the Week was completely different. That is not how it worked. Number one, yes, we still got an offensive hero. Yes, we still got a defensive hero. We got these guys as well. However, then we actually got 2 LTDs, and those limiteds were actually from previous years, but the same week. So you would get someone as a limited from week 1. That was like a, 2014 player from week 1 that did really, really good. He would get a limited. And then on top of that, we also got cards like Adrian Wilson and Stevie Johnson. So we would get a legend offensive player, a legend defensive player, 2 LTDs from previous years, but the same week. And then you would get a current week player on offense and a current week player on defense. So with that being said, what I'm going to be trying to do today is predict for you guys who I think is going to get the offensive hero, the defensive hero, and a couple of suggestions for the LTDs. But I'll be honest, with Team of the Week preseason, this is the hardest week of Team of the Week to possibly predict right, because EA could literally give anybody one of these cards. They could go with a more, player like George Pickens, who's not on my prediction list, but Pickens obviously had a couple of good plays in the preseason, whatever. EA could say, yeah, we're going to give a good name player, a hype card, whatever. I'm not predicting that. I'm basing it off of players who just did good throughout the entire preseason, so I can be totally wrong with this. But let's get into it. All right, so let's get into this. Now, I will let you guys know, number one, as I said, trust me, I am not going to get every single one of these right. I guarantee you, for the preseason, I am not going to be 100% correct because EA is going to go with who they want, especially with the preseason. With like week 1 and throughout, it's a little bit easier, but hey, I want to have some fun, and you guys can let me know down below who you think could potentially get a Team of the Week preseason card. But starting off, Will Grier. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think he's going to get the hero, but Will Grier had an absolutely massive preseason. He actually led all quarterbacks with 640 yards. Not only that, but of course, if you guys didn't know this, in the final preseason game for the Dallas Cowboys, after we traded for Trey Lance, we told Will Grier pretty much, hey, we're going to cut you, so go have fun, and we let him play the entire game. He absolutely balled out. So I would not be surprised at all to see Will Grier come in here, and obviously, last year, like I just showed you guys, we had 90 overall champions, 87 overall high set cards. Expect that to be, 89 and then 86 more than likely. Will Grier easily could get an 86, and I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't. And although I don't necessarily think that they're going to, because you don't really see a lot of the same position in Team of the Week, like you'll never really see them give out like 3 quarterback cards, whatever, in Team of the Week ever, but I had to mention him because I felt like I'd be doing a disservice if I did not. Aiden O'Connell had an absolutely incredible preseason, and I know Raiders fans, you guys seem to like this guy. I've heard from like Raiders, coaches and stuff, that apparently if Jimmy Garoppolo were to have some struggles or, potentially have an injury, like unfortunately so he's been dealing with the last couple of years, apparently the word around, town is that they actually like Aiden O'Connell enough to where they would feel pretty comfortable. And I gotta say, he absolutely balled out in the preseason. Aiden O'Connell actually had the highest passer rating of any quarterback throughout the preseason with a 108.4 QB rating. So according to that, he was the best QB in all of preseason right there. So Aiden O'Connell, I could see him getting a card. I don't know if he get 86, maybe a lower overall one potentially. Now, another guy that I could definitely see getting a preseason team of the week is going to be Darrington Evans. Shout out to Darrington. For those guys that don't know, here's the thing. EA, they definitely do like to give cards to people that they are actually close with when it comes to the NFL. And Darrington Evans, if you guys didn't know, he's actually pretty big in the Madden community. He does stream the game, and then also as well, he's just very, very active in the Madden Ultimate Team community. Really, really cool dude. Talked to him quite a bit. Darrington here had a monster run for the Bills, which he was then unfortunately released by the team, but I believe that he did just sign with the Miami Dolphins. So Darrington Evans, this is actually a card from Madden 23. He doesn't have a card right now in Madden 24. They easily could give him one in Madden 24, and simply because of him having that one beast mode run, if you didn't see it, go check it out. I could see him getting a card, and like I said, EA does kind of like to give cards to people who they have a relationship with. Darrington Evans last year, got a golden ticket. I believe he also got one 2 years ago, and, he has done some stuff with EA before, so they might feel a little bit partial to give him a card. Now, unfortunately, this guy actually, as well, does not have a card currently in the game, but a wide receiver that I think we could see is Austin Watkins from the Browns, and I believe he was actually released from the Browns following the preseason. I'm not sure if he got picked up, haven't really kept track of that, but Austin Watkins, he led all receivers in receiving yards throughout the preseason. He had over 250 yards and doesn't even have a core gold, so maybe we see him get a card here. And the final one I want to mention here before we actually get into the LTD and then the heroes for my predictions, I'm going to go with not Stephon Gilmore, but his brother. He actually doesn't have a card, so I figured I would just show you that it is Stephon Gilmore's brother, but I'm talking about Stephen Gilmore, the cornerback for, I believe he's cornerback, I do believe so, for the Detroit Lions. So Stephen Gilmore, he did have 2 interceptions, and, as I just mentioned, he's Stephon Gilmore's brother. So EA might kind of want to, play into that a little bit and give him a little preseason team of the week card, whatever. So that way people mention, oh, look, it's Stephon Gilmore's brother. Exactly like I'm doing right now. EA would probably want to see that, to be honest. And now let's go over who I think we could see as the offensive hero, the defensive hero, and also the LTDs. Starting off, offensive hero, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Now, again, like I just mentioned, Aiden O'Connell, he was the highest QB passer rating, right? Will Grier had the most pass yards. Dorian Thompson-Robinson did not have any of those, right? Statistically speaking, he may not have been the best quarterback here in the preseason, but I don't care. And I don't think EA does either. You know why? Because they want to sell packs and they want this promo to do good. So if you want the promo to do good, what do? You give people what they want, and people want Dorian Thompson-Robinson. This has been definitely the #1 guy I've been asking over on Twitter. Who you guys think we'll see as, the preseason hero? And a lot of people think Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be the guy, including myself. I actually think this would be an extremely good card. Obviously, right now, we have, the free RG3 that just came out. We do also have Warren Moon, who is, the best quarterback in the game. But throwing in Dorian Thompson-Robinson into the mix, I think will make things really, really fun. This is just a 75 overall card, so it's kind of hard to predict exactly, how much he would get boosted from a 75 to an 89. But you would have to expect his speed is going to be up there. His speed is definitely going to be up there. Throw power as well. That will get a nice little boost. And then, the short would be good. The medium and deep, maybe not all that crazy. This would be an amazing scrambling quarterback. And in terms of release, guys, he has generic 2. Which, as you guys can see, other quarterbacks with generic 2 include Jameis Winston, which if you've used the Jameis Winston, yeah, the release is not very great. I'll say that. So would his release be good? Not really all that crazy. However, keep in mind here, if this is your first year playing MUT, you may not know this. Sometimes an EA, gives out cards, they change releases. So maybe they would do that and give them a slightly better one. The thing is, though, we don't really know necessarily who are the best releases in the game. We do know that the traditional 2, which is the one that like CJ Stroud and Joe Burrow have, that one, I love that one. A lot of people love that one as well. We kind of think that's the best one. Slinger 1 is also another really good one. So would EA change this? Maybe. But seeing as how Jameis Winston came out and he's 87 overall, they didn't change him to something different. Jalen Hurts has it, Fields, Prescott, they'll probably keep it the same here. So, yeah, I think the card will be pretty solid. Now, as the defensive hero, guys, and I hope I don't say his name wrong, Asang Bassi. Hopefully I did not say that incorrectly. Do I think this card would be good? Probably not. He's 5'9", which is not great. The difference is this year, though, you don't necessarily need to worry about getting teabagged as much. You know, you don't really get teabagged as much simply because high balls are not as OP. So Asang Bassi here could be a decent card. If you're wondering what he did, he had 3 picks. He was tied, I believe, with a Browns safety, I believe, for the lead for interceptions in preseason. So I'm going to go with Asang Bassi right here. Maybe it could be a decent card, but Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Asang Bassi, that could be solid. And again, like I mentioned, if I think DTR is going to get the offensive hero, they're likely not going to give a Browns safety, you know, the defensive hero. They don't normally, now sometimes they have like Justin Jefferson and Patrick Peterson last year. They don't normally give 2 players from the same team the offensive hero and then give one the defensive hero too. Now, as for the LTD, guys, my pick is between 2 players, and honestly, it could be, you know, the cornerback that I just went over, but I'm just going to go with this one. Nico Lalos or Caleb Murphy, both outside linebackers, and both had 4 sacks in the preseason. However, the only difference was that Caleb Murphy had like 1 more tackle and a fumble recovery, but Lalos here actually had 2 passes defended. So kind of a mix there. I'm going to go with Lalos. However, I will let you guys know, he doesn't have a card from Madden 24. This is actually a card from Madden 23 when he was on the Giants. He is now actually on the Saints, I do believe. Caleb Murphy is on the Titans. So guys, that being said, those are my preseason team league predictions. Like I said, I could be totally wrong. Like, honestly, I could be wrong on every single one of these here. I think we'll see at least a couple names that I said, but in terms of, like, the heroes, the limited, whatever, it's so impossible to correctly predict that because, like I said, these guys all did really good, but EA could just say, nah, they won't sell packs. Let's go with George Pickens or, you know, whoever else they want to go with that potentially played pretty good and that has a bigger name that would actually sell packs. So, who knows? We will see, but I expect to see the reveals. Likely, we might see one tonight at like 7 p.m. maybe, and then tomorrow morning on the stream, they'll probably go over everything. So I wanted to do a prediction video. I do tend to do these prediction videos every single week with Team of the Week, and if you guys enjoy them, drop a like on them, and I will continue to do so. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like on it, hit that sub button down below, check out Underdog Fantasy, use code ZERK. Don't miss out on the Patrick Mahomes special. Follow me over on Twitter for my picks. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.